Hello everyone, this is Shruti Saxena Das, and in today's video we are going to discuss about the functions and design issues of presentation layer. So your presentation layer is the sixth layer of OSI model, and here the main focus is on syntax and semantics of information which is exchanged between systems. Okay, so whatever information you are exchanging, it is not necessary that the systems which are communicating are following the same data representation methods. So it is the responsibility of this layer to manage that difference of representation methods in the systems. So here the main functions are, the first one is code conversion or translator. So this presentation layer acts as a translator, or the main responsibility of this layer is code conversion. Now what does this means? Now suppose there are two machines, one is the sender, another one is the receiver. Okay, these are the two machines who wants to communicate, who wants to exchange some information. Now these two machines might be using different data representation methods, so they must be having different formats. It is the responsibility of this layer, presentation layer, to integrate these formats into the standard format, okay, so that the efficient communication to take place. So this is the sender, this one is the receiver. This might be using, suppose there is one application which is using ASCII code, and here at the receiver the application is using EBCDIC code, okay, extended binary code decimal interchange code. So suppose both of these systems who wants to communicate are using different data representation methods. Now in this case the role of presentation layer is to convert this format into some standard format or the common format, and at the receiver end again the common format should be converted back to the format which receiver is using. That is the purpose of presentation layer. Okay, so application or processes usually exchange information in the forms of numbers or character strings, or suppose some special characters. So before being transmitted to the receiver, the information should be changed to bit streams, because different computers use different encoding schemes. So because of that it should be changed into bit streams. So the presentation layer at sender, it changes the information or the format which is being used into from your sender dependent format. This is your sender dependent, ASCII code is the sender dependent format in this case. So from sender dependent format to the common format in which the information will be sent. Then at receiver end similarly it changes the common format which will be received to the receiver dependent format. Okay, so it is the responsibility of your presentation layer to manage these differences of representation methods. Okay, so that was the first function of this layer, which is known as translation or code conversion. Fine. Now the second function of presentation layer is encryption or decryption. Okay, the next function is encryption or decryption. Encryption decryption means that whatever text, whatever information you want to send, first of all you need to convert it into some random form. That random form will be sent, so that in the middle, if some hacker wants to hack that information, he won't be able to do so. So that is the purpose of using encryption. So encryption is the process of translating your data, whatever text data you want to send, into unrecognizable encrypted or encoded message. Fine. Basically, it is done to prevent unauthorized person from accessing any confidential data. Okay. So whatever information you are sending, that should be known to you, who is the sender, and the receiver. Then only the information which is exchanged, we can say that it won't be able to be accessed by any unauthorized user. So this is the process of encryption, that whatever text data you want to send, that text data must be converted into some unrecognizable encoded message, that is known as ciphertext. Okay, this is at sender. This process is done at sender end. Okay, this is done at sender end. And at receiver end, the ciphertext is received, and again it is converted back into the text data. Okay, you must have seen whenever you are attempting any online payment, or whenever you are using any site which involves online transactions, in that case that site sends some online your OTP password. So OTP password, when you receive OTP password, you type it on the site, and when it is validated, then only you will be able to proceed further. Okay, similarly here in case of encryption also, we use some key that will be known to the sender and receiver, so which will prevent unauthorized access. So that will be known only to the sender and receiver. So this text data using some key will be converted into ciphertext, and again at the receiver end, this ciphertext will be received, and then receiver will use the same key or different keys. There are so many methods of encryption and decryption, so that is a part of cryptography. So receiver will use the key to convert the ciphertext into the text data, which the receiver can understand. Because see, the ciphertext is in format which is unreadable, unrecognizable. It is in encoded form, so that if you want to retrieve information from that, it is difficult. So that should be converted back into the text data at the receiver end. Okay, we can take one example for the key also. Suppose the sender wants to send the data computer. This word sender wants to send to receiver. Now the sender can use a key, like he can replace every letter with the third successive letter. Okay, so here you are having C, third successive letter will be C, D, E. It will be E. For O, it will be Q. For M, it will be O. P, it will be R. U, it will be W. For T, it will be V. Okay, what we are doing? We are taking key as by replacing every letter, we are replacing every letter with the third successive letter. Okay, so like we are having E, so for E, E, F, G, so it will be G. For R, R, S, T, so it will be T. Okay, so starting from R, starting from this alphabet and taking it as 1, you have to write the third successive letter. Now see, if you are sending computer directly, it is relevant. Anyone can retrieve this information and he can use it. But if you are sending some information in this form, it is difficult to retrieve the exact meaning. Okay, so this is very easy method which we have used as the key, but there are so many methods to convert the plain text into the ciphertext. Okay, so this is encryption, and at the same method is used at the receiver end. He will receive this as the ciphertext. He'll use the key, the same key. He'll replace every letter with the third. Now in this case, not the successive letter. You have to see the order and you have to replace it with the third previous letter. Okay, and similarly you will do it for all the alphabets, and ultimately you will receive the text data computer. So that is done for encryption and decryption. So you need to remember that it is the process of translating text data into unrecognizable encoded message. At the receiving end, the received message is converted to the original form. Similarly, decryption is used to convert the ciphertext into the text data. So you need to see the diagram. So at sender end, we are converting from text data to some encoded message, and then at receiver end, from encoded message to the text data. Now the next function of this layer is compression. So for compression, you must be using zip files to reduce the size of any file. So similarly here also, whenever you are sending any multimedia file, like suppose you are sending audio, video, so in that case we need to compress the file or the audio, video, whatever data you are sending, so that bandwidth can be utilized in efficient manner. So here the compression means that you need to reduce number of bits to be transmitted. So we need to reduce the number of bits to be transmitted. So by doing this, the storage space will be reduced. Okay, so if number of bits you are reducing, then ultimately your storage space will be reduced, and if storage space is reduced, then file transfer rate will increase. So it will reduce storage space and increase file transfer rate. So when data is sent from sender to receiver, it is better that whenever you are sending any multimedia data, any audio, video clip, or something which is of big size, then in that case it is better to use your compression, so that the data will be reduced, the size will be reduced, and if size will be reduced, then file transfer rate will increase. So that is the purpose of using compression. It is the function of your presentation layer, and it is important, as I said, it is important for transmission of multimedia. Transmission of multimedia information or applications which are using multimedia. So like in this case, you are having audio, video, text. So these are the main functions, 3 functions of your presentation layer. The first one is code conversion. So whenever you are sending data from sender to receiver, they might be using different data representation methods. So in this case, the format which sender is using, that should be converted into some standard format. And again, when the data is received at the receiver end, the common format should be converted back to the format which receiver is using. The second one is encryption or decryption. So in this case also, to prevent unauthorized person from accessing any confidential data, we need to convert the data which we are going to send into some encoded message, and then using some key, and when receiver receives this data, then it again is converted back to the original data. Then third function says that if you are sending any multimedia data, or if you are sending any data of big size, then it is better to compress it. So when number of bits will be reduced, file transfer rate will increase. So all these 3 methods are the main functionality of your presentation layer in OSI model. Now we are going to discuss about design issues. Now based on these functions, we can interpret, we can say that the main design issues will be on syntax and semantics, because see, we need to manage, we need to maintain, we need to use something, some common format which will be used at sender as well as at receiver. They might be using different formats, so some common format should be used. So the first design issue will be to perform standard encoding. We need to use some format which will be common to all the senders and receivers. So irrespective of the format which they are using, their sender dependent format should be converted into this standard format. So to perform this encoding is one of the design issue. Second one is to manage and maintain syntax and semantics of information. Information transmitted. Okay. So we need to focus about syntax and semantics. Syntax and semantics means that how you are going to send, like how will you use which cryptography technique you are going to use, which algorithm you are going to use for providing encryption. Then after encryption, you need to focus on compression also, that if the size is large, then in that case also you need to provide compression techniques. So we need to manage syntax and semantics of information which we are going to send. So majorly we use numbers or character strings. We exchange data in this form, but before being transmitted, it should be converted into, it should be changed into bit streams. Okay, because different computer use different encoding schemes. Because of that, it should be converted first. So this is again one of the major design issue. Then one more design issue is encoding data in a standard agreed upon way. Okay, so how you are going to encode the data, whatever sender and receiver, whatever data they wants to transfer. Suppose sender wants to send some character data. In that case, it should be converted into some form which will be relevant for characters. Okay, so receiver will also be able to receive that encoded data and retrieve the original data from that. So encoding data in a standard agreed upon way should be applicable. That is also one of the design issue which we have discussed. The first one and the third one are interrelated in this case. So I hope you must have understood. In case of any confusion, you can post your queries in the comment section. Thank you so much.